welcome into the Topeka T-Shirt Company pregame show. Tonight it is the visiting team on the scoreboard. It's the Junction City Blue Jays. They'll come in with a 1-0 record against the Topeka High Trojans, who are 0-1 on the Young campaign. Good evening, I'm Sean Smith from the Dungeon. It is Topeka High basketball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Tonight the Trojans host the Junction City Blue Jays and Nick Perez, as they came in on a 80-63 win last Friday night against Topeka Seaman. For Topeka High, they come in at 0-1 with the loss to Manhattan, 67-46. Ty Bumgardner's in his first year, who's 0-1. Nick Perez is in his second year with a 17-23 record. Topeka High lost both games to Junction City last year. And the last time that T-High won against Junction City was the 2019-2020 season when they won all 4 games. And last season, the Trojans went 3-19. Last week for the Trojans against Manhattan, they were led by Mason Gomez with 17 points. And Bryson Thrasher had 7 points off the bench. And also Jermaine Maines had 6 points, 7 boards. Mr. Cameron had 6 rebounds, 7 assists, and Ossie Morales had 7 rebounds for the Trojans in the loss. For the Junction City boys, they are led by Howard Johnson, who had 32 points, 5 3-point buckets against Seaman. We come back, we'll take a look at tonight's starting lineup. Right after this, here on the Topeka T-Shirt Company pregame show, is the Trojans and the Blue Jays. Back here on the pregame show, forgot to mention Junction City went 9-12 last season. In the girls' contest, Topeka High throttled the Junction City Blue Jays 82-24. They were led on the floor by Kiki Smith, who had 19 points off the bench, and Daisha Baird, who also had 17. Tate Thomas had 10. For the Blue Jays, they were led in points by Sarah Rexborough, who had 8, and Maya O'Neill had 6 off the bench for the Junction City Blue Jays. So this should be an excellent contest, as Topeka High will be back home tomorrow against the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds for a 7:30 tip-off. Then they'll go on the road for 2 weeks with a city showdown with Topeka West on Friday. The next week at Emporia on the Tuesday. Then Friday night, they'll be home against crosstown rivals, the Highland Park Scots. For the Junction City boys, we have 3 minutes to go. They'll be on the road Friday night to Great Bend, another tough place to play, for a 5A, 6A matchup. Then at home against Manhattan for bragging rights. And then at home against Hayden on the 17th to wrap up the month of December for the Blue Jays. We got 2.5 minutes left to go till we start tonight's game. It's the Blue Jay boys against the Trojan boys. You're going to hear it all live, exclusive on the Trojan Sports Network, brought to you by Varsity Sports Kansas. back here to the Dungeon on the Topeka T-shirt company pregame show here on the Trojan Sports Network, brought to you by Varsity Sports Network. Let's meet tonight's starting lineup first for the Junction City Blue Jays. They're led on the court by a 6'2 senior, Terrence Tedder. Then a 6'3 senior, Seth Clark. The 6'1 senior, Howard Johnson, who scored 32 points against Seaman. 5 3-pointers will be the third guy. The 6'3 junior, Sheldon Butler Lawson. And rounding out the 6'5 senior, Ishmael Adiga, will line out for the Junction City Blue Jays. Forward Ty Bumgarners and the Topeka High Trojans. Isaiah Lyons will line up at a guard. The 5'9 sophomore. Mr. Cameron will line up at a guard. 5'11 sophomore, has 6 boards, 7 assists. Matt Flanoy, the forward, the 6'6 forward senior. Ossie Morales, the forward, 6'6 senior. And Mason Gomez, who had 17 points, who's a Topeka West transfer, who's 6'2 junior. We'll line out the starting lineup. We'll pause for the national anthem, brought to you by the Topeka High Junior ROTC program. The national anthem brought to you by the Topeka High Marching Trojans as we get set for Centennial League basketball between the Junction City Blue Jays and the Topeka High Trojan Boys. We went over the Topeka's T-shirt company starting lineups. And we'll listen into the starting lineups.
Blue Jays, Junction City High School, led by head coach Dick Perez. A 6'2 senior number 1, Terrence Tedder. For the Trojans, led by head coach Ty Bumgarner. A 5'11 sophomore, number 0, Bryson Thresher. For the Blue Jays, the 6'3 senior number 3, Seth Clark. For the Trojans, a 5'9 sophomore, number 1, Isaiah Lyons. For Junction City, a 6'1 senior number 4,
has some lineup changes for the Topeka High Trojans. They'll line up with Lions, Fenoy, Thrasher, Nolte, and B.J. Kennedy, the 6'6 sophomore, will be in the lineup for the Topeka High Trojans. And we're going to get set to have some basketball. Here on Varsity Sports Kansas. Fenoy and Fade will jump it up. Blue Jays will control in the backcourt. Bring it up cross court is Butler Lawson. He'll throw it off to left key to Tedder. There's going to be player control foul. The first turnover of the ball game belongs to Junction City. Butler Lawson will pick up his first personal. First team foul. Kennedy inbound to Thrasher. To Lions. He'll walk across timeline back to Thrasher. It'll be knocked away and is stolen by Tedder. He'll go coast to coast, lay it off the glass and in for the first 2 points. Thrasher, throw it up to Lions. He's in backcourt. We brace the double team. Back to Thrasher. Back to Lions right here in front of us. We'll set up offense. Motion offense. Thrasher will pop from 25 feet away. Falls out. Rebound is going to be fought for, and it's going to be Junction City basketball. 7:11 to go. First quarter of play. Junction City's up 2-0 over Topeka High. They swing it over to Clark. They'll lob it in, and it's going to be a turnover by the Blue Jays. It's their second of the first quarter of play. B.J. Kennedy, the 6'6 sophomore, will inbound it for the Trojans. Full court pressure by the Blue Jays. Isaiah Lyons will split the double team, will dribble to the right, give it up to B.J. Kennedy at the top of the key. Back to Lyons in backcourt. They'll bring it across the timeline. Lyons will go between his legs, drive, penetrate, throw it up, and it's going to be an offensive foul going against Isaiah Lyons. That's his first second turnover by the Trojans. Deontay Baker checks in for the Blue Jays. Seth Clark exit for the Junction City squad. Tedder will go left side, back to the paint, to the top to Lawson. For three, the rims out, rebounds, comes down to Fadega, and he'll lay it off the glass and in. It's 4-0, Blue Jays on top of the Trojans. Lawson will bring it up. To the corner, they go to Nolte. A tip ball will go in the backcourt for the Trojans. Isaiah Lyons will set it up for the Trojans. He'll work his right over in the corner to Thrasher. To the top to Fenoy. He'll take a 20-footer. No, rebound comes down to the Blue Jays. Here comes the Blue Jays. Baker will set it up, give it on the give and go to Butler Lawson, and it's going to be a foul. Kennedy will pick up his first. They'll inbound the ball to Tedder. Inside they go to Fadega, and he'll lay it off the glass and in. It's 6-0 Junction City. Quick turnover by the Trojans, and it's going to be knocked away by a Blue Jay, and it's going to be Trojan basketball. Jake Kennedy set the inbound for the Trojans. Through Thrasher. He'll bring it across to BJ. Give it up on the give and go drive to Nolte. He'll lay it off the glass and in. 6-2 the score. Here's the left shot from three. No. Rebound comes down to Lawson. He'll bring it up for the Trojans. Under 5 left to go in the first quarter of play. Thrasher on the left side. Dump it off to Nolte on the right. To Kennedy at the top of the key. He'll fake. He'll drive. He'll spin a couple. He'll take the shot. No. Rebound comes down to the Blue Jays. Tedder will drive. Swing it out to Butler Lawson. Back to the top of the key. They go to Howard Johnson. Johnson will stop. Pop from 15 and drains it. And a quick timeout by the Trojans. We'll take it with them. It's 8-2 is our score. Back here at Dungeon, it's 8 is our score. As Junction City had a 6-0 run, then Topeka High scored with under 4 and about 4:50 left to go in the first. Morales checks in for the Trojans. Thrasher tries to give it up to Lyons. It's going to be knocked away by the Blue Jays. Inbound goes to Lyons. Lyons will work left. He'll dribble through his legs, cut back to the paint, lays off the glass. No rebound, comes down to Johnson. He'll push it up court for the Blue Jays. He has coast to coast, lays off the glass and in. He'll head to the free throw line to shoot a one. Nolte picks up his first. Howard Johnson has 4. Coming in will be Gomez and Cameron for the Trojans. Howard Johnson had 32 against Seaman with 5 3-point buckets. Here's a free throw up and good. It's 11-2 Junction City. A foul. And the foul is going to go on Seth Clark. That's his first. Thrasher to inbound to Morales right here in front of us. Back to Thrasher in the backcourt. He'll work it across the timeline for the Trojans. To Gomez, back to Thrasher. He'll drive baseline, kick it out to Morales in the paint. He'll lay it off the glass and in. 11-4 is our score. Johnson for 3, wide open, swishes it home. A 10-point lead for Junction City. Cameron gets the ball stripped, and it's going to be forced turnover by the Trojans. Tedder with the in-between pass to Clark for 3, and it's going to be good, and it's going to be 17-4. Timeout Topeka High with 3:04 left to go in the first quarter. The Trojans find themselves down by 13. Back here to Dungeon. Schedule doesn't get too easy for Topeka High as tomorrow night they host Shawnee Heights. Then they go across town to face rivals Topeka West on Friday. Then on the road at Emporia. Then Highland Park comes next Friday night. Then they're off for 2 weeks for Christmas break. Then they open up January with at Washburn Rural and at Seaman before returning home against Manhattan and Hayden. Morales to inbounds the ball for the Trojans. He'll run baseline. They barely get it in to Cameron. And it's going to be touched off the camera, and it's going to be another turnover by the Trojans. That's their 5th. Clark inbound for the Blue Jays. To Baker. Back to Howard Johnson at 3. Flows out. Rebound is off the fingertips of David Rao. It's going to be Trojan basketball. Morales inbound the ball to Thrasher. They get it across court to Cameron. To Gomez, back to Thrasher. To Mason Goldman, it's on the right elbow. Swings it to Mr. Cameron. He'll drive baseline. He's cut off, and he looks for a 10-foot floater, and the foul's going to be called on the floor. Fouls on Sheldon Butler lost, and that is his second. Third personal foul for the Trojans. Matt Flanoy with the bucket. It is 17-6 Blue Jays. Johnson with the offensive foul. Foul's going to be called on Fidega. That's his first personal. First 14 foul. They give it to Cameron on the give and go. He'll slide, but controls it. Over to Gomez, he'll throw it away. Here comes the Jam City by Howard Johnson. And it makes it 19-6 our score. A tip ball by Gomez was trying to get it over to Lions, but it was tipped out of bounds by a Blue Jay. Cameron to inbound the ball to Morales, right back to Cameron. Under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. Cameron will drive, foul will be on the floor. Seth Clark will pick up his second personal. In the lineup would be Terrence Tedder replacing Seth Clark. Gomez inbounds to Cameron. Battle down low by Morales, and there's going to be a foul call. A foul is going to be called on David Rao. That's his first. 16 foul. Morales to inbound to Cameron. He'll drive left, dump it off to Morales in the paint. Tries to get the finger roll. He'll go to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. Fouls on Howard Johnson. Morales has 2. That's the 17th foul. Just a minute 43 left to go. 19-6 our score. Here's a free throw up and good. He has 3. 19-7. Junction City's on top of Topeka High. Here's the second one up and hits front iron. Rebounds being fought for. It's controlled by the Trojans. It's Mays with the rebound and putback. The Trojans are down by 10, 19-9. Baker with the ball. Tedder will set it up. Back to Baker. He'll drive between his legs. Kick back out to the top of the key to Tedder. Tedder will dump it off to Johnson for a 15-footer, and he has 12. 21-9's our score. Here's the three-point bucket by Mason. No, rims out. Rebound comes down to Howard Johnson. He's off to the races. Here's the three-point bucket. No. Rebound comes out to the Blue Jays. Sets it up. Gives it out to Deontay Baker for three. He drains it. 24-9 is our first quarter score. Gomez back to Lyons. He'll work it inside. It's swatted away. It's going to be recovered by the Trojans. Mr. Cameron will drive. He'll lay it off the glass and in. Mr. Cameron with his first 2 points of the contest. 24-11 is our score. Under 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. A trap by the Trojans, and there's going to be a foul. There's going to be a push foul called on the Trojans. The foul is going to be on Mr. Cameron. That is his first. First personal for Cameron. Team foul number 4. Trojan to inbound it to Baker. To Tedder. He'll roll it off with one-hander off the glass. No. At the end of one, it is 24-11. JC over Topeka High. Back here to the dungeon. (24-11) is our score. Start of the second quarter. Lions will bring it across timeline for the Trojans to Cameron. To the top of the key to Mays. Over the corner, they go to Lions. Cameron will set up the offense for the Trojans. They try to give it inside, and it's going to be knocked away by the Trojans. It's going to be a turnover. That's their 7th of the first half, and it's 24-11. Tedder will bring it across the timeline. To the top. He'll dribble between his legs. Set off in the corner. To Watts. Down low they go. It's going to be knocked away, recovered by Watts. Another turnover by the Blue Jays. Here comes Mr. Cameron. He'll go coast to coast. Lay it off the glass and in. 24-13 is our score. Watts with the 15-footer and lays it off the glass and in. Here's the Trojans. Cameron with the layup. It's going to be missed. It's going to be recovered by the Blue Jays. Turnover by the Trojans to Mays. Lays it off the glass and in. He has 4. Howard Johnson will drive, and it's going to be laid off the glass. It goes in, but the referee's going to wave it off. Cameron will pick up his second. Kennedy checks in for Morales. Tedder at the top of the key, swings over to Watts. Cross-corner pass for 3, no rebound. Comes down to Mays. Lions will push it up for Trojans and Mr. Cameron. To Isaiah Lions at the top. He'll go between his legs to B.J. Kennedy. He'll drive, lays it off. No, big man couldn't get it to fall. Rebound comes down to the Blue Jays. Baker will push it up. He has all the way coast to coast. Lays it off the glass in for his 5th point. 28-15 is our score. Cameron will bring it across the timeline. Between his leg dribble. He'll go outside to Mays, and it's going to be a blocking foul on Terrence Tedder, the 6'2 senior for the Junction City Blue Jays. Demarion Sellers checks in, and it's going to be a 1-on-1 for the Trojans the rest of the way out for the first half of the contest. Nice turnout for both squads. Junction City is 1-0 after a win over Seaman, 82-63. Topeka High is 0-1 with the 67-46 loss. Jermaine Mays at the free throw line has 6 points, 7 boards against the Indians. Shots up and good for his 5th. Here's the second. Up and misses it. Tedder will go coast to coast, lay it off, and he'll count the bucket for 1. He'll head to the free throw line. Jermaine Mays with his first personal. At the line is Terrence Tedder, who has 4, looking for point number 5 from the free throw line. Second shot is up and 31-16. Lions will bring it across sideline. He's trapped immediately. Mays with the recovered. Back to Lions. An offensive foul is going to be called against the Trojans. Mays will pick up another quick foul. That's his second team foul, number 7. Tedder will bring it across. Between the leg dribble. Still hasn't. He'll toss the ball away. Junction City, 6 turnover. Just under 5 left to go in the first half of play. 31-16 is our score from the dungeon. Cameron will bring it across. He'll drive, kick it over to Mays in 3-point land. He'll stop from 20 feet, drains it. He has 7. 31-18 is our score. Tedder will drive, has the whole paint, knocked away. Kennedy with the pass up to Gomez. It's going to be a turnover by the Trojans. They're 8th. Timeout on the court. Junction City will take it with the Blue Jays. back here to the dungeon. Junction City will inbound right in front of the scorer's table. They'll inbound the ball to Johnson. He'll drive left, give it up to Tedder. The duo. Tedder will go between his legs on Mace. He'll stop, dump it off down low for the Jam City flush. First, Fadega has 6. Gomez fought for 3, and he swishes it home. 33-21's our score. Johnson will dump it off to Fadega. He'll miss it. B.J. Kennedy with a nice rebound for the Trojans. Up to Lions. Lions will turn it over. An easy miss layup by Tedder. He pulled up late, and the rebound comes down to Kennedy up to Lions. They give it on B.J. Kennedy on their cut, and the bucket's good, and he'll head to the free throw line for 1. The foul is on Demarion Sellers. That's his first. It's a 9-point lead for the Junction City Blue Jays. Excuse me, a 10-point lead for Junction City, and that's their shortest lead, except in the first quarter when they led 11-0. 9-point lead makes it 33-24. Kennedy sinks it. He has 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Johnson with the ball. Work it left. Gets the screen. He'll go on the drive, and he'll head to the free throw line to knock it down for a 3-point play. Jermaine Mays went his 3rd. Johnson with his 14th point of the night. 35-24. Johnson is trying to complete the 3-point play to make it a 12-point lead for the Blue Jays. And he does. Subs come in. Kennedy will inbound for the Trojans to Cameron. He'll give it up on the give and go to Kennedy. He'll drive, spin, lays it off the glass and in for his 5th point. 10-point lead for the Blue Jays. Tedder with the ball, gets the screen off the right. He'll drive right, he'll carry it. It's going to be knocked away, a turnover by the Blue Jays. Here comes the Trojans. Cameron, he'll go coast to coast on the block, and it's going to be 2. Cameron will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Johnson will pick up his 2nd. Cameron will head to the free throw line to seek point 5 and 6. Here's the first one, up and misses it. 2:25 left to go in the first half of play. 36-26, a 10-point lead for the Blue Jays. Here's the second one out of the right hand, misses. Rebound is going to be knocked away, and it's going to be off of the Blue Jay. It's going to be Trojan basketball. Kennedy to inbound. Nick Perez wanted it and over the back, didn't get the call. They go to Cameron in between his legs. Down low they go inside, and it's knocked away. Turnover by the Trojan. Here comes Baker. He misses it, and it's going to be stripped out of bounds. And it's going to be Trojan basketball, 5th turnover of the second quarter for the Blue Jays. Rashford inbound to Cameron. He'll bring it up left side. Trapped by the Blue Jays. Gets in the corner on the give and go to Kennedy. He's triple teamed. Big guy goes up strong, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. David Rao will pick up his second. BJ Kennedy is trying to make it a single-digit lead for the Blue Jays and the Trojans. Nick Perez is still complaining about the last call. Here's a free throw, missed. Under 2 left to go in the first half of play. Kennedy, free throw up and good. He has 6. Makes it a 9-point lead for the Junction City Blue Jays. Tedder with the ball, splits the D. Gets it back to Johnson. He'll drive, dish it off to Sellers, and he's going to walk. The most turnovers by the Blue Jays is 6 in this quarter, 9 altogether. Alex Watts checks in for the Blue Jays with 1:41 left to go in the first half of play. Smallest lead for the Blue Jays is 9. Cameron will bring it across the timeline. He'll go coast to coast, dump it off to BJ Kennedy. It's knocked away. Here comes the Blue Jays on the fast break, and they turn it over. And it's going to be Ty Bumgarner wants a foul, and that was clearly a push-off foul by the Blue Jays, but it's going to be a turnover by the Trojans. That is their 11th. 1:25 in the hostile game. 36-27 is our score. Tedder will set it back probably about a third of the way from mid-timeline. Thrasher will come up and guard him. And it's going to be Blue Jay basketball as they're knocked away by a Trojan. They get to inbound the ball to Tedder. A minute left to go in the first half of play. To Baker. It's going to be a travel. 8 turnover of the first half of the second quarter. 11th of the game. Thrasher inbound to Cameron. He'll work up to Thrasher. To BJ Kennedy. The big guy's on the move, and he'll head the line, and officials coming off. And they are going to talk. And BJ Kennedy is trying to plead his fifth about the bucket. The referees are still huddling. Let's see what the foul is. The foul is going to be on Fadiga. That is his second. It's going to be basket interference. A call against the Trojans, and the Topeka High faithful isn't liking that call, but they'll send B.J. Kennedy to the line, the 6'6" sophomore who has 6. Under a minute left to go, 36-27 is our score after we figure out the basket interference call. Here's a shot, good. Kennedy has 7. All 7 points in the second quarter. An 8-point lead for Topeka High. They are on a 3-0 run. Here's Kennedy. 8-point. It's a 7-point lead for the Trojans. For the Blue Jays, over Topeka High. 36-29 is our score. Tedder will pick up his second. Tedder will set it up for the one last shot with 40 seconds left to go in the first half of play. The 30 seconds. As Tedder's just holding at the top of the circle. For one last shot. Smart, as Junction City should get the possession start of the second half. Tedder will look at the scoreboard. He'll drive at 5. He dances around as he's going to carry. Ninth turnover of the game, 12 in the first half. 4 seconds left to go, so one last shot for Topeka High. And they'll send in Mr. Cameron. Isaiah Lyons checks out for the Trojans. Kennedy with the ball. He'll look for 2 seconds. He'll shot up and misses it. We head into half. 36-29 is our score. Topeka High is on a 4-0 streak coming up here at halftime. We'll look at halftime stats, much more. Back after this, here on the Trojan Sports Network, brought to you by Varsity Sports Kansas. Back here with halftime entertainment from Topeka High. The Halftime scores 36-29 on the Topeka T-Shirt Company halftime show. Let's look for the scores for Topeka, for Junction City. They had 12 turnovers in the first half. Topeka High had 11. Terrence Tedder had 5 for the Blue Jays. Johnson had 15. Seth Clark had 3. Ishmael Fadega had 6. And off the bench, Deontay Baker had 5. And Alex Watts had 2. For Topeka High, Jermaine Mays had 7 coming off the bench. Has 3 quick personal fouls in the first half. Vince Nolte had 2. Mr. Cameron had 4. Afinoy had 2. Asa Morales has 3. Mason Gomez has 3. Leading all scorers for the Trojans is B.J. Kennedy with 8. Topeka High has got it down to a 7-point differential. The largest lead was 6. And the 7, Junction City had a 6-0 lead, and they expanded it out, and they maintained the lead through half. When we come back, we'll take a look where we'll head next week. Tomorrow, to be exact, when the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds come to town for a 7 o'clock tip-off. Then Topeka High will go to Topeka West on Friday night at Emporia next Tuesday before finishing up the month of December with Highland Park here at home. For Junction City, they'll go to Great Bend, then at home for crosstown rivals with Manhattan on next Tuesday, then host the Hayden Wildcats on the 17th. Back with second half action coming up. Our score is 36-29 Blue Jays. back here to Topeka High School where the Trojans are down by 7, 36 to 29 over the visiting Blue Jays on top. Tomorrow night we'll be back here for the Shawnee Heights and Topeka High boys, as the girls will have off until next Tuesday night as they take on Topeka West. The Topeka High girls won over Junction City girls 82 to 24. Blue Jays stand down the ball will be Terrence Tedder. Same 5 for both teams. They give it to Howard Johnson on 3. No. Rebound comes down to B.J. Kennedy, and they'll push it across the timeline. Bryson Thrasher. He'll work it right. Work it right back to his left. Get away with kind of a push-off. Kennedy with the screen. They lob it down low to Fenoy. Off the glass and in. He has 4. It is a point lead for the Blue Jays, 36-31. Butler Lawson will pick up his 3rd. Here's the second one. Here's a free throw. Miss. Rolls out. Rebound comes down to Howard Johnson. Tedder will push it across timeline. A walk by the Blue Jays. That would be their 14th. That'd be the 13th turnover. Sheldon Butler Lawson caused that turnover. He'll exit the game. Thrasher inbound to Kennedy. The 6'6" sophomore gets it knocked away. It's going to be Trojan basketball. Kennedy inbound to Thrasher. He'll dribble it up. Bring it across. He looks. Sets the offense to Lyons. To Kennedy. Inside they go to Fenoy. The big guy lays it off the glass. He has 6. A 3-point lead. Clark has his 5th basket. It is 38-33, back to a 5-point lead. Fenoy looked for a dunk, but it's taken away. Turnover by the Trojans. Here comes the Blue Jays. It's going to be swatted away out of Howard Johnson's hand. It's going to be Blue Jay basketball underneath. Johnson for 3. Misfires. It's going to be out of bounds to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays inbound to the far right of the bucket. Sends it to the top of the key to Clark. To Howard Johnson for 3. It's in and out. Foul's going to be called on Fadega. That is his second. 38-33 is her score. Kennedy down the ball for Topeka High. They inbound to Thrasher. He'll clear it away. He'll work across the timeline. He'll go left, sends the offense around. Thrasher will pull up, and he'll walk. 13th turnover of the game for Topeka High. Blue Jays will come across with Tedder. To Johnson. to Clark. Right over to Tedder on the left side. Top of the key, Fadega to Howard Johnson. He'll drive, dump it off to Fadega. He's going to walk. 14th turnover by Junction City. Kennedy will get the inbounds play to Lions. He'll dribble out of the triple team. It's going to be pocket picked, but it's going to be Trojans basketball after it's tipped out of bounds by a Blue Jay. Kennedy inbound. They look to go long, but they send it out to Thrasher. He's immediate double team. It's going to be turnover. Pass right to Seth Clark, and he'll lay it off the glass and in. He'll head to the free throw line for one. Isaiah Lyons will pick up his second. A 7-point lead for the Blue Jays at 5:20 left to go in the third. Clark will drain the free throw. He has 8. It's an 8-point lead. Thrasher inbound. There's going to be a foul immediately called on Terrence Tedder, and that will be his third. Tedder will pick up his third. Team foul number 3. Thrasher gets the inbounds pass from Kennedy. He's going to immediately throw it away to Tedder, and he'll lay it off the glass and in. 10-point lead will take a timeout with the Trojans. Highs let third lead slip away. Excuse me. Junction City has built their lead 44-33 with 5 minutes left to go in the third. Kennedy inbounds for the Trojans. It's going to be thrown away right to Seth Clark. He'll go up strong, and there's going to be a foul called. It's going to be on the floor. The foul's on B.J. Kennedy. That is his second. Topeka High has 16 turnovers in the game. Cameron checks back in for the Trojans. Man-to-man defense for the Trojans. On the drive is Butler. Lawson. He'll lay it off the glass and in for his first 2. 12-point lead, a trap. Immediately dumps off to Kennedy. He'll spin on the baseline. He'll lay it off the glass. Lanoy with the board. He'll go up strong. And there's going to be a foul called. And Fenoli will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Rao will pick up his third. Matt Fenoli, the 6'6 senior, will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair and has 6 in the contest, 45-33. There's a shot up and good. Here's the second one. Up and good. He has 8. The lead is 10 for the Blue Jays. Clark with the ball on the right side to Baker. They'll give it up to Watts. Excuse me. Butler Wasson with the ball to Clark. Clark will just step inside the three and draw air. Rebound comes down to Kennedy and the Trojans. Cameron will push the ball up. They give it up to Thrasher. He'll drive baseline and swat it away. Fenoy with the rebound. Fought for it. It's going to be knocked down to bounce off of Fenoy's hands, and it's going to be Blue Jay basketball. 45-35, under 4 left to go in the third. Clark with the ball at the top that. Give it to Howard Johnson. He'll walk. That's their third turnover in the third quarter. 15 in the ball game. Jermaine Mace checks in for Fenoy. A 6'4" senior comes off the bench. He's a wing for the Trojans. Kennedy inbound to Cameron. He'll run the court. He'll go between his legs, dump it off to Mace. It's in and out of Mace's hands. It's going to be Trojan basketball. Mace inbound for the Trojans. Right of the basket to Kennedy. Big man will flush in the pocket, throw the ball away. Nobody was there. That is Topeka High's 17th turnover of the game. Dribble drive between his legs, dump down low to Clark. And it's going to be a turnover by the Blue Jays. And a quick turnover by Thrasher. So, a turnover by each team. Tedder in the lineup for the Blue Jays. 45-35 is our score. Under 3 to go under 3:10 left to go in the third. A foul's going to be called away from the ball. It's going to be a hold on Lyons. They'll pick up his third. Mays, Lions are in foul trouble for the Trojans, and Butler Lawson in trouble with 3 for the Blue Jays. Howard Johnson will drive. He misses the floater. Rebound comes down to Kennedy. Trojans wants to push the ball up. Nobody's open, and it's going to be a walk. Costly turnovers by Topeka High. That is their 19th of the game. Has to be very frustrating for head coach Ty Bumgardner with all these turnovers. Clark with the ball. He'll stop in the paint. Kicks it back out to Baker. Baker will drive, dump it off inside. It's going to be fought for. It's going to be off the hands of B.J. Kennedy. And also David Rao was in there fighting for him. It's going to be Blue Jay ball in the lineup as Ozzie Morales checks back in. Who's the 6'6" senior for the Trojans. Lob pass goes to Howard Johnson to Seth Clark at the top of the key to Tedder. He'll go on the cut, backs it back out to the top to Lawson. They'll give it go to Seth Clark, who has 10. The lead's up to 12. Here goes coast to coast is Mays. He'll lay it off the glass and in. Timeout, Junction City. After that score, we'll be back after this. It's 49-37. Butler Lawson scores that last bucket for the Blue Jays, 49-37. 12-point lead for the Blue Jays. Here comes the Trojans. Cameron will have a wide open lane and lays it off the glass and in. 10-point lead for the Blue Jays, 49-39. Watts checks in for Junction City. Alex Watts off the bench for Junction City. They give it to Clark. He'll stop, hand it off to Watson, back to Howard Johnson. He'll in the paint with this dribble drive step and count the bucket and in. Johnson's at the free throw line looking for point number 18 and gets it. 13-point lead, 52-13. Under a minute 30 left to go in the third. Cameron will dump it off to Thrasher for three. Rolls right out. Mays with the rebound. It's being controlled by the Blue Jays. Clark will push it up to Johnson. He'll kick it over to the far corner. Baseline drive by Butler Lawson. That's his sixth. 54-39. A turnover by the Trojans. And another turnover by the Blue Jays. That is their fifth. 54-39 is our score with a minute left to go. Topeka High has 20 turnovers in the contest. Cameron and the trap. He'll turn the ball over on the ground. It's recovered by Morales. They'll try to throw it inside to Mays, but it's picked off. Back to Mays, excuse me. And it's going to be a quick foul. And Mays looks like he's picked up his fourth. .47 seconds left to go. 54-39 is their score. 15-point lead for the Blue Jays. It's the biggest lead they've had. Swatted away by Thresher. Here comes the Trojans. He goes coast to coast, lays it off. No rebound comes down to the Blue Jays. Going the other way with the reverse layup. Missed. Rebound comes down to Alex Watt. Out to Clark for three. Rebound to Kennedy. He'll run the floor. Big guy goes coast to coast. And an offensive foul is going to be called against B.J. Kennedy. Wave off the bucket. With 12 seconds left to go in the third. B.J. Kennedy picks up his third as he went coast to coast, got set. Guy got set. B.J. ran him over, the big trucker of the 6'6 sophomore. .12 seconds left to go in the third. Drive in the lane, kick it out to Tedder. He'll go with the reverse layup, up and in. He has 9. The lead is 17, 56-39 is our score. Back after this. Fourth quarter action's getting ready to start. Our score is 56-39. Tomorrow night we'll be right back here at the Junction for the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds and the Topeka High Trojans will battle it out in a non-conference game before Friday night's Centennial League tilt with West at Topeka West, and next Tuesday Emporia before Highland Park wraps up the Christmas holiday for the go on break with the Highland Park comes to town. Crosstown rivals, which should be a dandy of a ball game. Cameron with the ball to Thrasher. Gomez didn't play all third quarter. He's in the game now for the fourth for the Trojans. Thrasher will go baseline. There'll be an offensive foul on Thrasher, and he'll pick up his second. Thrasher will pick up his second. Flanoy's in the lineup for the Topeka High, and also Isaiah Lyons for the Trojans. Sheldon Butler Lawson will bring it across the timeline for the Blue Jays. He'll lose it. He recovered to Tedder. Tedder's picked up by Kennedy. To Howard Johnson. He'll lose the handle. Back to Butler Lawson. Tedder wanted a three, but drives. Swatted away by Mr. Cameron. And it's going to be out of bounds to Blue Jays. 56-39 is our score. Topeka Heights trailed the whole contest. Tedder to Butler Lawson. Pocket pick by Flanoy, but it's recovered by the Blue Jays. Tedder will spin for three. Rolls out. Rebound. Comes out to Howard Johnson. Down low they go into the blocks to Ismail Fadega, and it's going to be some stuff on the court. He has 8. A 19-point lead for the Blue Jays. 58-39. Here comes the Trojans. Cameron will bring it up to Flanoy. He'll flush it home. Matt Flanoy with the JM City. 17-point lead for the Blue Jays. With the finger roll touch by Deontay Baker, he has 7. 60-41, a three-point shot, no rebound, comes from James City Flanoy. He goes up with the shot, misses, rebounds being fought for. It's going to be controlled by Kennedy. He'll try to go up, no, rebound is going to be blown away by a foul. And it's going to be Matt Flanoy's first. David Rowell checks in for the Blue Jays. It's 1-1 with a 60-41 lead for Junction City, a 19-point lead for the visitors. Friday night, they head to Great Bend before returning home for the the Hatchet Trophy with Manhattan and Junction City next Tuesday. Here's the free throw up and good by Johnson. He has 19. It's a 20-point lead. And then they close out the month of December with Hayden in 2 weeks. Here's the free throw up and good by Johnson. 62-41. Cameron just throws that ball away. That is Topeka High. 21st turnover of the game with 5 under 6 left to go in the game. With the drive, Sheldon Butler Lawson will head to the free throw line for one. The foul is going to be on Isaiah Lyons. That's his fourth. Sheldon Butler Lyons at the free throw line to shoot one, has 8. There's a free throw up and rolls right out. Illinois with the rebound. Over to Cameron. Full court man-to-man defense for the Blue Jays. Lions will try to get rid of it, and he throws it, walks away with it. Tedder with the jam. City with 11. 66-41. The foul will be on Deontay Baker. That's his first. 66-41, just 5:31 left to go in the game. Cameron inbound the ball to Lions, excuse me. He'll go right. Kennedy at the top. He'll go in, lower his shoulder, and lays it off the glass and in for 10. A 23-point lead for the Blue Jays. Tedder's wide open. He wanted a 3. He'll go in, and he's going to be hammered to the floor hard by B.J. Kennedy. And that would be Kennedy's fourth. Kennedy will pick up 4. He has 10 in the game. Tedder at the free throw line looking for point 12 and 13. Tedder misses the first free throw. Clark's in the lineup for Junction City. Here's the free throw up and good. $67-43. Cameron will drive. He'll get a blocking foul. It's going to be on the baseline for the Trojans. Foul's going to be on Clark. That will be his third. Gomez after the inbounds, misses a 3 for Illinois, fights for the rebound, which comes down to Butler Lawson. Up the court, they go to Howard Johnson. Reverse layup, no rebound, comes down to Gomez. He'll push it up to Cameron. He'll lay it off the glass and in. A 22-point lead. The foul's going to be called with the shove off. Lyons will disqualify himself with his fifth personal. Thrasher will check in. Lions will exit the game with no points. Topeka High will suffer their second loss of this young season before they play Shawnee Heights tomorrow night. At the free throw line is Tedder. He sinks the first one. He has 13. 68-45. 23-point lead. Here's the second one up and good. Tedder has 14. 69-45. Demarius Sellers checks in the game for the Blue Jays. Cameron will split the double team, give it to Gomez, and there's going to be a quick foul on Sellers, and that will be his second. Cameron at the free throw line. Drills the first one. He has 9. $69-23 is our score. There's the second one, rolls off, rebound comes down to Sellers. Blue Jays will bring it up, dump it off to Howard Johnson with this 22nd point of the game, 25-point lead, 71-46. Here's the inside plate to Flanoy. Flanoy gets called for the offensive foul, and he'll pick up personal foul number 2. Under 4 left to go in the game. The lead is up to 71-46. Aldo will throw a long ball in to Clark. He'll drive, kick it in the corner to Sellers. A 3-second violation, a turnover by the Blue Jays. That's their 18th turnover of the game. Morales checks in, and Topeka High is just going to lose that handle. Frustration has to begin setting in for Bumgardner and his group with 22 turnovers in the game. Junction City with the drive, kicks out to Clark. Clark for 3, no. Rebound comes to Sellers. It's fought for, recovered by Morales, still on the ground. It's going to be taken away by Lawson. He'll lay it off the glass for 10, 73-46. Clark over to Nolte, to Thrasher. Picked by Morales. Thrasher will pull up for a long distance 3, rolls out. Mays with the rebound, tries to go backdoor, misses. Butler Lawson comes away with it. Clark will push it up to Howard Johnson. He'll stop, pop for 3, drains it. .30 lead for the Blue Jays, 76-46. Thrasher under 2.5. To Cameron. Cameron will go baseline, kick it out to May. 15-footer floater, good. Turnover by the Blue Jays. Here comes the Trojans. Nolte will spin. He'll just throw that ball away for their 25th turnover of the game. Xavier Felton's in the ball game for the Blue Jays. Under 2 left to go in the game. Bench is empty for Blue Jays. Turnover by the Blue Jays. Thrasher will come up. He'll roll it off to the left. Dump it in the corner to Nolte. He'll drive to Morales at the top of the key. Rolls right out. Rebound's going to be scrambled for, and it's going to be knocked away. And it's going to be Trojan basketball. Bounce goes to Thrasher. He'll float it up. No rebound. Right back to him. Floats it down. No. He'll pick up the foul. He'll pick up the 3rd. Under a minute and a half to go in the game. .76-50 is our score. Thrasher picks up his 3rd. Otto at the free throw line. Drills it. 29-point lead, 77 to 48. Sinks the other one. .8-point lead for the Blue Jays, and a travel is going to occur. That's their 25th turnover for Topeka High. Travel is going to be on to Marion Sills. The 21st turnover of the game for the Blue Jays. Under a minute left to go, a 28-point lead. Mays wanted a three, but he'll go inside to Morales. He'll hook, shot, no. Rebound fought for by Morales. It comes down, misses. Rebound comes down to the Blue Jays. Watts with it in the corner. He'll get his pocket picked by Cameron. It's going to be still Blue Jay basketball. A 28-point lead for Junction City, 78 to 50. Sellers will drive, kick it out in the corner. Back to the top of the key for three. No. Rebound by Mays. Nolte will push it up to Thrasher. He'll pop for three. Swishes it. Three-point by Sellers. Misses. Rebound comes down to the Blue Jays. Swatted away by Mays. 9 seconds left to go. The Blue Jays will get it. Lay off the glass by Adio. And it'll be a 27-point win for the Blue Jays. So we'll come back, we'll recap everything. You're listening to Trojan Basketball. Back here to Topeka High. Topeka High suffers their second loss of the season, 80 to 53 to Junction City Blue Jays. A 27-point victory for the Blue Jays. They improved to 8-0 on the season. Topeka High goes to 0-1. Tomorrow night they play Shawnee Heights here from the Dungeon. Let's recap some of the scoring for Junction City. They are led on the floor by Howard Johnson with 25. Seth Clark and Sheldon Butler Lawson poured in 10. Terrence Tedder had 14. Fadega had 8. Addo had 4. Deontay Baker had 7. And Alex Watt had 2. That equals up to 80. For Topeka High, they got a lot to work on because you can't commit 25 turnovers to try to win a ball game. They were let on the court by B.J. Kennedy and Matt Floyd, who had 10 apiece. Jermaine Mays poured in 9. Bryson Thrasher had 3. Vince Nolte had 2. Ossie Morales had 3. And Mason Gomez had 3, who didn't play the whole third quarter for the Trojan. Junction City's committed 21 turnovers in the win over Topeka High. Tomorrow night, Shawnee Heights comes to town as Shawnee Heights went to Spring Hill to play the Spring Hill Broncos in a non-conference matchup. So the schedule looks like this for Topeka High boys and girls. It's just boys contest tomorrow with the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds. Then they'll back at it for boys and girls contests on Friday at Topeka West and at Emporia the following Tuesday. Then at home against Highland Park to close out the month of December before they go on the road for 2 weeks to Washburn and Seaman for they host Hayden and Manhattan and Centennial League play on January 11th and respectively January 18th. For Junction City, this boys team is on a roll. They go to Great Bend on Friday night before returning home against Manhattan and Hayden to close out the month of December. Junction City salvages the split with the Topeka High girls winning comfortably and fashionably with an 82-24 victory, and the Junction City boys rolls to an 80-53 win from the Dungeon. Tomorrow night we'll join you at 7:15 for the Topeka Shirt Company pregame show. We'll have it all right here before our next broadcast will be against the Highland Park Running Scots on the 17th. Then we'll take the 2 weeks off for Christmas break, and then we will go to Valley Falls, Kansas for some 2A boys action. Once again, the final score from the girls contest, it was the Topeka High Lady Trojans steamrolling the Junction City Blue Jays 80-24, 82-24, and the Junction City boys rolls over Topeka High 80-53. For everybody from behind the scenes, from Ty Baumgardner, the head coach and the athletic director here at Topeka High, for letting us come in and do it. We'll be back tomorrow night to do it all over again. I'm Sean Smith saying thanks for listening. Have a good, pleasant evening from the Dungeon in Topeka High. The High boys will be here tomorrow night against the Shawnee Heights boys.